What up, people? Um, oh, we had a tough one today. Uh, we had a very tough one. I know you guys know Georgia just lost the SEC championship game, and I personally don't know how to feel. I don't know at all how to feel. Um, but I know what I think of the game, and really would like it if somebody could come on here and explain to me we how you think we lost the game. Um, and I don't want to hear. I need a real argument. Uh, need a very real argument. I'm just we'll just say I'm in a mood. Of course, I'm a Georgia fan, but yeah, just like I said, just really need you guys to come on here and tell me what you think. I'll let you guys in. Welcome to come in and you can talk to me. I'm trying to figure out a way to be able to post the link in here without having to mess with the phone. Um, but it is what it is. Let me. What's up, Crimson Brave? Man, I ain't seen you in a while, man. I ain't seen you since Bama started being bad. But I'm glad you show up. When Alabama wins, that's good. It's a good thing. Me, invite guest, which I'm sure we'll have a lot of Bama fans that don't show their. I'm sure we'll see X-Wing tonight too. We'll see him at some point. Um, but it is what it is. I'm not one to hide. All right, we'll post the link real quick. That way we can start getting some people on here. See if anybody wants to come on and tell me why you think Georgia lost, other than um, and I mean, and look, I know the officiating was terrible. Don't get me wrong, right? But I want to hear something other than the play that they didn't review, where the receiver clearly didn't make a catch on fourth down. Um, I want to hear more than that. I'd like to hear, like I said, I'd like to hear a real argument. Uh, Me personally, I think Mike Bobo lost us the game, and I think nope, I don't want to hear it, Crimson. But yeah, I know I haven't been live in forever. But what's up, Texas man? To me, Mike Bobo lost us the game, and that was purely in a way of um, as soon as Beck almost threw an interception, and I mean everybody, we all watched it together. We had a huge watch party. As soon as Bobo almost threw an interception, you saw the play call of our offense change. You saw them go from being aggressive and trying to, pass the ball on first down a lot. As soon as he almost threw the interception, it's like old Bobo came right back. We literally ran the ball 5 times in a row. And what I mean by that is we ran the ball 3 times in a row and ended up having to punt. Then we got the ball back and then ran the ball 2 more times in a row. So you have a third and long, and then forced Beck to throw in a third and long incomplete pass, and we had to punt again. And it kind of hit right then, like what's going on. Then we went into halftime, and Georgia, a lot of the fans that were at this watch party were just like, dude, Kirby better tear Bobo a new one. We come out, same conservative, same whatever. Um, and Alabama ran a zone the entire night. And give credit to them. They ran a zone the entire night. They forced us to have to make plays, and when we weren't aggressive, those plays didn't work. When we were aggressive, you saw what happened. Whether it was at the beginning of the game or the very end of the game, um, it looked great when we were being aggressive. What's up, Jags fan? Um, but it was a like I said, it was just a huge letdown for Bobo to be Mike, old Bobo, in this big game because this is, if you guys know, before Kirby was here, this was how it was in the past. Um, Before, when Mark Richt was here, we'd score a lot of points against teams that were decent, and then we'd play in a big game and we just absolutely would crap the bed. Uh, this time we didn't completely crap the bed, but it just felt like we were fighting from behind the entire game. I was very, uh, you know, very, I wouldn't say just upset, but just, it was just one of those like you knew it was coming. It was just a very depressing and disappointing thing, but you can't fix it. There's nothing you can do about it now, and I know I could go off and I could rant, I could break a laptop, I could do that, but like, not even in the mood for it. I think I'm just hoping that Kirby makes changes. This was one thing we were spoiled by last year and the year before from Todd Monken, is Monken's play call, no matter what happened, was always unpredictable. We were predictable this whole game to the point where Bama was rushing the ball. They were literally chasing after us. Crimson Brave, are you calling me? I think Crimson Brave may be calling me. But it was crazy to see just this mindset that, oh no, we need to run the ball, we need to be conservative, we need to be this, and I think I don't know, it just got me. Um, it kind of pissed me off because then Bama started blitzing a lot on first and second down when we were running the ball, and multiple times where we just needed a yard, 2 yards, and we couldn't get it. That was, like I said, it was sad to see. Very, very, very sad to see. And I don't know. I don't know the answer to it. Um, I I just hope that Kirby makes the right decision this coming year. I don't know who else will be out there. I know it's Bobo's first season as an offensive coordinator, but it's also not like he wasn't here the last 2 years before that. So, um, it's just a, like I said, just a very, very depressing mindset. Um, yeah, no, Michigan. I mean, Nate says he wanted a rematch, and I get it. I completely agree. Just, it is what it is. Nothing you can do about it. Just like I said, just hope that Kirby makes the right decision. I'm not going to come on here and say that we deserve to be in the college football playoff or this and that. Like, it, I'm not worried about that. I just hope we get things settled down or settled out at Georgia because we have too many players, too many stars on our team to lose a game like that. And then the only thing that I was really disappointed in Kirby for the defense, because guys, we gave up 27 points. Like, if you guys know, our offense, the most we'd given up was like 21. So 27 is not far fetched for a SEC championship game. Like, our offense easily should have showed up for more than 21 points, especially with how Auburn just ran all over uh, Alabama. And this is the difference. Auburn did not run these little zone plays or slow RPOs up the middle. They actually hit the edges without doing these little tall sweeps that we do. That doesn't make any sense. But everything was predictable. Bama was able to predict it, and I give them credit for it. They hit us in the mouth on it, and Bobo did not change until the last like 2.5 minutes of the game when he wanted to go 2 minute offense and, you know, no huddle it down the field and pick the defense apart. It's like, dude, they were running that same zone the entire first 3 quarters, and it's just whatever. Uh, College football playoff though, I'm gonna have to watch some of the interviews after the game, kind of see what people think. Um, I really do wonder what they're gonna say. I wonder what they're going to propose for us. I I don't know. I just don't know where it goes from here. Guess that's what I'll say. What's up, mate?
What's up? Kind of feel bad for your dogs.
No, you don't have to feel bad. To me, it's like the same way that Clemson fans got mad at Dabo for hiring his friends, and now Dabo's finally doing something about it and firing people left and right. Like
Yeah.
Kirby's got to learn the same way. That this whole hiring your friends deal, you know,
Yeah.
the stuff that bites you in the tail in the long run.
Or even like sons or whatever or relatives.
Yeah. So it's an annoying thing, but it is what it is. I hate it
I
because I felt like this at the beginning of the season. As soon as
hmm
we, our offense coordinator, I was like, dude, this guy's going to come in and score 35 to 40 points a game. But when we need him to call good plays, he's not going to do it. And that's exactly what you saw. You saw these little, from the shotgun position, these little like pitch passes, these tweaks. We were on our own 25, 30-yard line, whatever it
yeah,
was,
I
and
saw
we
that.
run a freaking reverse. We're getting cute when we're down in the game on our own 30-yard line. Nate, you know when you don't run stupid crap? When you're really close to the other team's end zone,
Yeah,
right?
I agree. Yeah, if
It,
I
you could just tell he was so tense that it was like, what can we run? Let's run the reverse sweep jet backflip, fumble rooski. Like, dude, calm down and just call plays.
yeah if
Just
he
call one play and then move to the next. And we're out here running. Oh my, like that's when it just kind of was like, all right, dude, this man, he's the nerves have got to him. They've gotten to him. That was,
yeah.
but like I said, I'm just at the point. To,
But
yeah,
yeah,
no, LW saying that Kirby owns Saban and Bama, and it's like, no, that's to me, it's the difference between Kirby and Saban is Kirby is scared to hurt feelings, whether it's a player or a coach.
right.
Saban, we've seen him bench quarterbacks and then come back and win. We have seen him fire people. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if they're close. Kirby will stick with the guy because he feels like he's got to trust him, and that's the job. That's what he's supposed to do. And we've seen it go down with the ship. We've seen Kirby hire his friends in Bobo or Muschamp, whatever, and we've seen the same thing going down with the ship instead of, look, dude, I'm not hiring you. Like, I know you're the core offensive coordinator, but like, I don't trust you in big moments. And today was a big moment. Today was that. Literally, Carson Beck almost throws an interception, and instead of our
Yeah,
offense fast and aggressive, it went from that to, okay, let's run the ball. All right, let's run it. All right, well, hey, are you ready to pass it? I don't know. I'm kind of scared to pass it. We almost
yeah,
threw an interception. It's football. Like,
yeah. Just
just put
just
it behind you and move on, dude.
just call the
And you
play
said,
like
okay,
just call the
the
play like you said.
Georgia fans will tell me that Carson Beck is a better quarterback than Jalen Milroe. Well, Jalen Milroe almost threw 2 interceptions tonight. Guess what he did after he almost threw an interception? He kept throwing the ball. That man kept throwing it, kept throwing it, kept throwing it. Like, what did we do? We ran the ball up the middle with the same freaking run play we've ran all year. And then we're like, oh, well, instead of running it up the middle, let's fake up the middle and then run a reverse sweep. And it's like fumble on the 28-yard line. And it's like, dude, are you serious? Like, why? Why? That's the frustrating part about being a Georgia fan is
I
this
get
whole
it.
voice system where we've got to be nice with everybody and share
No,
our hats and eat at each other's Thanksgiving suppers. Screw all
no.
that.
Yeah,
Like, win games, dude. And it's like,
yeah.
oh, well, dude, he won 29 in a row. Yes, he did. But there's a
I,
difference. Kirby owns him, and he doesn't own, or why Saban owns Kirby, and why Kirby doesn't own Saban.
yeah.
That's the difference. That's it.
So when
Saban,
you
with his worst team that he's had in years, just beat Kirby with one of the best offensive powerhouses he's had in a while.
yeah,
And it's not today. So, yeah.
and some of that Georgetown might go to draft, right? If I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
And King Brian, look, dude, I agree. He's saying Hopefully the defense will be better next season. But
Well,
we've known all season, and I'm not disagreeing with you. I want the defense to be better, but we have known all season that we need to score 35, 40 points a game because our defense has given up 14 to 21 points. Well, this is the SEC championship game, so you're already thinking, hey, they may score more than 14 points. And they did. They ended up scoring, what was it, 20, yeah, 27, 24. Like, we were the ones that could not score. And the fact that we scored our touchdown at the end of the game, it was almost
yeah.
27-17. Like,
Yeah.
it's that mindset that you can just play the whole bleed the clock game and just run the ball. Dude.
You know what? If I were a Georgia fan, well, I'm not, but if I was a Georgia fan, when I don't know who said to kick it or squib it for the last play of the game. Now, if I were a Georgia fan, I'll be furious. Just kick the ball.
And the only thing with that though, Nate, is whether we squibbed it or kicked off. The reason why it didn't matter as much was because we only had 2 timeouts. So it didn't matter where the ball was. They just needed 2 first downs.
Well, I know. I would be furious if that happened. You know, if I were a Georgia fan. I mean,
I agree. No, listen to this. Jags fan says the best coaches don't coach scared. And who was it? It was an announcer or an analyst that said in the middle of the game at halftime, and his thought was the difference is Saban is coaching. There's a huge echo there.
Yeah, and by the way, the update for the Michigan game. I know you don't really give a poop. It's 10-0 Michigan.
Okay. Okay. Can you hear it? Pat, comment section. Can you hear it?
I can hear it just fine, in my opinion.
All right. Comment section. Tell me if you can hear it. I can hear the echo. But anyways, he was saying that that's the difference because he said Georgia looks like they're playing not to lose, and Bama looks like they're playing to win. Yeah. And to me, that it looked like they were giving Milroe what he wanted. Not Georgia. Bama looked like they were giving Milroe what he wanted. They were calling pass play after pass play after pass play. It's like Georgia's supposed to have the better quarterback, but here we are running the ball up the middle 3 times in a row and then punting. Second and 3 or whatever. Same run play up the middle. We gain a yard. All right, 3rd down and 2. Same run play up the middle. We were so predictable tonight. And against coaches like Saban, you cannot be predictable. Yeah. This was my complaint early in the season about this because we get so used to playing against teams that are lesser star power than us. We run plays and it works against them, and we think, oh yeah, we could just push over everybody.
Sorry, according to Slim, I was echoing. I didn't know I was echoing, so I'm sorry. But I'll hop on in a little bit because I'm gonna refresh my StreamYard. So.
Oh, is it echoing some? Oh, my bad. I didn't realize I had another guest. Oh, I got Slim in. My bad, Slim.
No, buddy, it's all good.
What up, Slim?
Well,
my camera's facing.
Yeah. No, I was telling Nate. I was trying to type to Nate, let him know that he was echoing like he had. I think he's using his iPad, so he's got. And if it doesn't have headphones, that's why it's echoing.
Got you. Hit me with it, Slim.
I'm gonna halfway agree with you because I watched every play of that game, and I've watched a lot of both of them this year. I think some of it is Bobo, but tonight I don't think you're giving Bama's defense enough credit.
No, I do think their defense was good. I apologize to everyone if I sound like I'm dogging Bama's defense. That was the best defense we have seen all year. But
absolutely.
I felt like in the first quarter and in the fourth quarter, we shredded that defense because we played with a not scared mentality of just, hey, run the plays, call it, let's do it. And then it's like the second and third quarter was more, like I said, after he almost threw his pick, Bobo just went straight conservative, and we ran the ball 3 times, punted, got the ball back after a great stop, and then ran the ball 2 times, 3rd and 9, tried to pass it, incomplete pass. And it reminded me so much of that 3rd and Bobo mentality that everybody has talked about. It's like, dude, just play. Milrose out here looking like trash some plays, and he looks like Jesus the next. But what are they doing? They're going right at it again. They're not conservative. They're not anything. It's like, no, screw that, bro. We're trying to win the game. So what? If he throws a pick, we're going to come right back at you and throw it again. And you got,
like I said, there are drives out there. I'll agree with you. Yeah, he went a little too conservative for my taste.
Yeah.
But I think that there were drives where he was less conservative. But it just didn't work out because Bama's defense bowed its back.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, they're like, and like I said, you're not going to hear me come on here and be like, oh, well, what about the holding calls or what about that? Like, that's its own, that whatever. I think it was a physical game overall. To me, if you're going, okay, I'll say it like this. If you're going to go down swinging. Don't go down trying to win the point card where you just try to stay up the whole time.
Well, and now herein lies part of the problem, too. Ladd was obviously hurt, and unfortunately, that's your best weapon outside of Brock Bowers.
And Brock was too, yeah.
Yeah, Brock was not 100%. And listen, they made sure everything that he had was contested. And I think that does show a lack in Kirby's mentality as far as recruiting. You don't have that George Pickens on your team.
Agreed.
I think that kind of bit you tonight. I think if you had that might have made the difference.
I do wish. I know. Well, you said you watched the game. We only had one true deep ball, and that was to Arian Smith. I would have liked to have seen more shots taken. Not saying we would have gotten them, but I just wish I would have seen more shots taken.
Now some of that we tend to blame on the offensive coordinators, and listen, I see Miami fans do it too, and I think that is a lot less the decision-making of the coordinator and the decision-making of your quarterback.
Yeah, no, and there were times where I saw him look downfield and then decide to hit the check down. So, and I do 100% agree. Because I can't see a full overhead view, I can't necessarily give you a percentage of which was which.
Right.
But,
and listen, there are things we see, they don't. There are things that they see because they're still playing the game that we don't.
Yeah.
So, that being said, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I mean, I've been in your position. Miami was on a 34-game win streak when Ohio State snapped it. And I was throwing shit in my living room.
Yeah, no, I'm not. That's what I mean. I don't want it to sound like it. And I'm sure Ohio State then was pretty good. I don't want to sound like I'm taking away from Bama because, yes, Bama's a very good team. I think I was just upset because we didn't lose by 30. We showed that, man, you could eat this defense up in the first quarter. And then we stopped. And then we played very, scared like. Almost like
I think it's less that, dude. I think once again that's really coming across like Kevin Steele doesn't know what he's doing. They don't have talent on Bama's defense, and they make in-game adjustments better than anybody.
Well, then I'll reword that. In the second and third quarter, we only threw the ball on third down. You did not catch us a lot of first down passing. But in the first and fourth quarter, we were passing first, second, and third down. We didn't care. We were just trying to be aggressive. And you saw the 2-minute offense. Alabama ran zone the entire game. So the same things we were doing in the first quarter, we were doing when we were running the 2-minute drive. And I think that's what frustrated me was it's not as much, hey, he threw it to him, dude was covered, he knocked the ball down, hey, good job. But it's like you're giving your guy one chance to throw the ball, and that's on third down when he's like, man, I got to make a first down. I can't just make a decent play and then have another play. And then
I think it also would have helped if you'd have been able to establish the run game. That's something you weren't able to do.
Man, and it pisses me off. And I'm glad you got to see this game because I feel like we did it a lot. We run the same run plays. We run the one right behind the center, or we run the little pitch. Like there's no anything else. There's no single back. There's no power eye. We ran the power eye once the whole game, and it was on that 4th and goal. Like
well,
that
and
was
I actually now, and this is something else where I'm going to put a little more in the decision making of your back because it's completely up to that back if he doesn't think that lane is open between the tackles, and you have backs that have the speed, bounce it outside.
Yeah, and that's that whole we are not as talented as we have been at the back position. But yeah, it was just
yeah, you don't have a Sony Michel back there. That's true.
But I feel like we haven't put pressure on them to be that all season. We've been okay with running between the tackles and not bouncing it. And it's like,
well, to me, the key to this game was, and you can't, there's no two ways about this. Alabama dominated the trenches.
Oh, yeah. No, okay. And look, they dominated the trenches. We fumbled the ball on the 28. And I felt like that was bad.
We ran that right there is the key to the game. The missed field goal and the fumble are the keys to the game. Bama didn't turn the ball over. Bama didn't miss their field goals.
Agreed. And I think the part of the fumble that got me, why were we running it that close to their end zone? Like that killed me because when you've seen it when teams are within like the 10-yard line, they do nothing but run it to get it out. You don't try anything dumb. Because you don't want to give
that's because you don't want to you less chance of a safety. Your quarterback dancing around in the end zone, so I understand it.
That's why when we ran that, and I was like, "Yo, did y'all just try?" Yeah.
Like what stood out to me was when he was back there to pass. About 85% of the time, Jalen Milroe had enough time to make a sandwich, fix himself a drink, and then pick out a receiver.
But you also do understand that was Georgia's game plan because it worked for Auburn, was to not try to rush him as much in the first half, to just contain him and make him throw the ball. Because we thought that'd be our key to winning, force him to pass. Don't let him run. Then we realized that crap wasn't working. So you saw in the second half, we started putting in our rush package and getting to him more.
Well, yeah, because he rushed a whole lot more in the first half.
Yeah, agreed. It was one of those like, dude, this whole trying to play containment doesn't work as easy as you think it does. Like, and that's why I was glad we went to the rush package. But I agree.
I said it leading into this game. Wow, there's a wicked echo all of a sudden.
What's up, JC? Yeah, I agree. Crimson Brave. Do agree. What's up, Daniel? What game are you watching?
Could you hear that? There's a wicked echo all of a sudden.
Oh, okay. No, I can't hear it at all. Comment section, do y'all hear it?
I'm hearing myself.
Let me see. Oh yeah, I do hear it on the thing. Let me see.
Oh, no. I'll try back. I'm coming back.
Okay. Okay, Jack. But I mean, I will say that, guys. That was my whole thing, was just coming on to kind of have the mindset of like, I know it's tough. I get that. As a Georgia fan, it is rough. I'm also excited about the kind of season that we've had, or the seasons we've had. But at the end of the day, there's nothing you can do about it. I just hope that this team, and I got to be a realist, and somebody commented in here earlier, this team is very depleted of its past starters and veterans. And that's true. And that's okay. That's football. That's turnover. So a lot of the guys that I saw tonight, we had 2 true freshmen starting at linebacker, and Milroe ate them up. Like Christian Miller starting at D tackle, true freshman. Like you had a lot of young guys. Dalen Everett, who they picked on all night, redshirt freshman. You had a lot of guys that played in this game who have not been starters for very long, and I think that's the difference. Is the last 2 years we had a lot of veterans, a lot of leadership in that area, and it does become tough when you get into these kind of stages. So I think just, yes, the cohesiveness I think is good, the chemistry is good, but now it's just gaining the leadership, the experienced guys. That's what Georgia missed tonight, was being able to have that getting punched in the mouth type mentality. Slam, I'm gonna put you back on.
Tell me if you can hear it. That's any better.
Still echoing. It's all good. Look, I'm gonna end it. I'll go live tomorrow, but I'll do it from my iPhone because I think that's what's going on. Is because I'm doing it from my Android. So we'll do it. I'll do it tomorrow for sure. But thank you for coming on, Slim, and guys, thank you for listening.
Yeah,
I didn't want to try to do a long one, but I do agree. I didn't want to come on here and just throw a bunch of excuses out. But I did want to say I think we are a better team than what we showed tonight. But Bama definitely played their best, and you could tell in all facets of the game. They whooped our tail in every area.
Well, listen, I've watched enough football games over the years to know the better team doesn't always win.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard me earlier. I was saying one thing, too, I have to remember. A lot of the guys that we had over the last 2 years are no longer on this team. And the turnover is real. And I've got to understand that to just automatically expect that these guys who are all freshmen and sophomores, redshirt sophomores, are going to come in and automatically dominate the rest of college football right then and there. I've got to be a fool to that. That's why a three-peat is so hard,
Yeah, there's a reason it hasn't been done since the 30s.
Yeah.
There's a reason. Nobody's really come in 10 games. Oklahoma's 47 game winning streak in the 50s.
Yeah, and that's where I think I feel okay. I'm like, it is what it is. But yeah, I'm ready to listen to what Kirby has to say and a lot of the players and kind of hear what I know. I'm going to get a lot of coach speak out of it, but still just curious to hear it. Hear some of the podcasts from some of these players afterwards this next week, and just kind of hear the what's going around the program, because I hope it's positive in the thought of the future. A lot of guys that still have a lot of growing to do, and a lot of young guys that played tonight. And I'm like, it is what it is. But yes,
I will. Perfect example. I'm sitting here watching this Florida State Louisville game right now, wondering how we lost to these two teams.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I know. Well, at least you guys, though, are a lot closer than you were last year. I think last year you were good. This year you were pretty good.
Last year we were bad. Last year we were 5-7.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, this year,
but at least we're heading in the right direction. And now we got a top 5 recruiting class, and everything's heading in the right direction.
Agreed. Which I am. We'll definitely have to talk more about that, because I am excited to see what happens with Miami, because Miami and Florida State are recruiting out of their minds right now. And that just
fishing is in for it. First game of the year next year.
Oh, who do they play? They play y'all?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man. Billy Napier better get his crap together. And I like that. I like Florida that they're recruiting, and I'm happy for them. I know they're losing a few right now, but
they've lost a bunch.
But I feel like they're recruiting a lot better than Dan Mullen did. But at least Dan Mullen was an in-game coach. Billy Napier struggles with in-game coaching, just his inconsistency.
Yeah, if they can combine Billy Napier and Dan Mullen, they'd be all right.
Yes, agreed. I agree. But yeah, look, I will let you go. I'm gonna watch some of the games and then just kind of.
Yeah, but it was good to see you. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, sir, for sure. It's been basketball season, man, and
I get it. I'm busy too. I'm working.
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, but yeah, for sure. We'll definitely see each other soon. Okay.
Yeah, buddy. You take care.
See you, buddy. In comment section to y'all. What's up, Big Two? Comment section to y'all. I love you. We will. Oh, is that how I pin them out? Nice. Okay. We will definitely get back at this. I just was a little frustrated, but it is what it is. You're not going to be happy after a loss. But I hope you guys have a good night. Watch some more college football, and we'll be at this tomorrow for sure. And that's it. That's really all I got. So, yeah. Peace out. Appreciate all you guys that are watching my videos and liking them and commenting on them. Definitely appreciate it. Ever since we've kind of split the gaming up and all that, the sports channel has really dominated so far, and we've got more views on videos and we know what to do with, and we're just starting. I think that's what's exciting to me. So, like I said, thank you for all the support. I love you guys, and just continue being you. And I am about to go watch some college football and eat some wings, and yeah, do all the stuff people do on game day. So, peace out. See you, JC. See you, VicTube, Crimson Brave, all of y'all, and appreciate you, Slim and Nate, for coming.